Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time to make a gift for Mother's Day. And I was talking with my mom not long ago and we both like to put honey in our tea, which I didn't know she liked that. I thought that was something I liked. I thought I was introducing her to something, but she was like, no, I like that too. So if you watch Vinny's Vittles, recently we were at a farmer's market and we picked up some of this pure honey from our farmer's market. And this one's actually packed in Georgia. That's cool, I just noticed that. But this one was, I don't remember how much this was. Maybe $10, but look how beautiful. And notice it has the honeycomb inside. Can you see it? It's so pretty. And I thought this would make a great gift for Mother's Day, especially if your mom's like mine and she has everything. Like, you know how that is. You can never find anything for them. I thought a nice gift of some pure honey to put in her tea every day would be nice. And then I thought, now that I've got my stamp set back called the Bee's Knees, I'm going to put these two together and this will be cute. So I thought I'd bring you guys along. I think this will be neat. So I'm just going to put this aside for now and show you what I'm working with. I got my stamp set out and I found this ribbon in my stash, which I think will be really cute on the jar. And I've done some cutting. Now I went onto Pinterest and found this card that I thought was really cool and I want to try to replicate it, and I don't know if I can or not. And I will try to find the picture. I didn't pin it. I meant to pin it and I didn't, but I'll try to find the picture that I'm using, but I'll show you how we're going to get there. So here's what we got so far. I have a black card base. This is just cut 5.5 by 11, so we'll be using that in a minute. Then this is an insert for inside. Anytime I use a black base, I like to put something inside so I can write on it. So that'll be inside. And this one is cut at 4 by 5.25. And then these two pieces are cut the same. These are going to cover the whole front of the card. So this is a 4.25 by 5.5 because we're covering the whole front. But we're going to do something different to both of them. The first thing I'm going to do is pull out my Cuttlebug. Now on the card I saw on Pinterest, they had, I think it was a butterfly themed card. It was really, really pretty. And what they did was they embossed the front piece in wood grain, which was super cute. But I don't have a wood grain folder, but I do have a honeycomb folder because when I created that bee stamp set, I went ahead and bought all kinds of honeycomb stuff. And this is one of the things I got. So I'm going to line this guy up in my folder here. And I'm going to emboss it in the honeycomb pattern. I think that'll be cute for the bee. Wouldn't this be something quick and easy you could make for your mom for Mother's Day? Or even like if you just had a gift you needed to give somebody at any time of the year. Honey is one of those things a lot of people use nowadays. You can put it in everything. Oops, I didn't suck that down to the table. Okay, so this is now embossed in the honeycomb pattern, which I love. Look how pretty that pattern is. I love it. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. And I went ahead and cut these 3 pieces to be a tag to hang off the jar. I'll give you those dimensions as we get going. But I want to emboss this piece while we've got the Cuttlebug out with this little border piece that I've got that is also honeycomb. And I think I'm just going to run it up the whole length of it. I think that'll be cute. Just to give it something. Maybe not. I think I'll run it across the bottom. The reason is I don't know where I'm going to put my stamping on the tag yet, and this way I know I can stamp just about anywhere. So I'll just do this and put it into our sandwich, which I didn't tell you. This is an A plate, a B plate, the embossing folder with the paper, and then another B plate on top. So this gives us this little guy. So that'll be cute to use on for our tag. So it'll go in this area, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay, so we've got our embossing done. Now I want to do some stamping on this yellow piece. On the one in Pinterest, they had some stamping done. I cannot remember exactly. I'm gonna get a piece of scrap. I can't remember if they had stamping done or just a pattern paper. Because you could do this with pattern paper if you just wanted to use, if you had some that had like a honeycomb or something, that would be really cute. But I don't have that. So I'm going to use the stamp that comes in the Bee's Knees, this honeycomb. This big one right here. You can tell I haven't done this before. I'm playing as we go. Let me get a stamp block. Okay, and put this guy on. Got a piece of paper stuck to it. Alright, and I'm going to use some Memento. I love Memento ink. A lot of people have been asking me lately what's my favorite. This one is my favorite. And I want to show you something. I just took this off of the package. I have not stamped this before. And this can happen with photopolymer stamps. They kind of have a little almost like a coating on them. So it's good to stamp them 2 or 3 times before you actually put them to your project so you can get a good, even stamp. It just helps the ink. It's kind of conditioning them. You can even run a pencil eraser across them to kind of clean off that coating. But I just kind of do this 2 or 3 times and it just works. See how it's gotten darker? So I think we're ready now for the project. Now what I want to do, and this will make sense as we get going, is I want this area covered in honeycomb because we're going to do a slice in our top layer and fold it back. Or that's what we're going to attempt to do. So I'm going to ink this guy up, and I'm probably going to kind of put it together kind of like a puzzle piece. But I'm going to start right to this edge. Ooh, I can't do it that way because I can't see it. I'm going to have to do it from the side. Ink that again. It's kind of held it in the air a bit. I'm going to go right here, stamp that down. Okay, then I'm going to come underneath it and do it again. See if I can line it up a little bit. Something like, I don't feel like that's going to be perfect, but it might be close. Something like that. Pretty close. You're not going to see all of that anyway. Then let's do some down here. I'm lining this up without putting my head over it. If you get over the top of it, you'll do a lot better lining it up. Okay, so I have honeycomb in there, and I think that's going to be enough. This makes me a little nervous. Let me do that just in case, because I don't want that to show and not have any in it. Okay, that will be good. I know that looks sloppy, but it will be good when we get done. Okay, so get rid of this. I'm going to clean off my stamp, and I had somebody ask me how I clean off my stamp. Just use a baby wipe and then just dry it before you put it up. Clean that guy off. See all that ink comes off on it? And then you can either dry it on a towel or just let it air dry and then put it away. While I'm stamping, I'm going to stamp this little bee a couple times. And I haven't stamped him recently either, so I'm probably going to need to condition him. But I'm going to see if I can just stamp him the first time. So I'm going to stamp him down here. See, I didn't condition that one at all, and it worked just fine. So sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. And then I'm going to stamp him one more time, because I want him on the tag and the card. Cute. Okay. I got a Copic marker here. This one is Lemon Yellow Y13. And I want the brush tip side. Sit that like that so you guys can see that color. And now I'm going to color him in places, especially these lines on his back, just so he'll kind of match our project. I love the black, yellow, and white together. It's one of my favorites. And if you put some red with this, you'd be surprised. It's very cute. Okay. Now then, oops, wrong side. This is the lid. Okay, I'm going to put some glitter on him too. You can use a Wink of Stella if you want to. I'm going to use this Jelly Roll Stardust pen. I think the glitter is a little more silver in here. By the way, I'll put links below to the products I'm using. That way if you're wondering about these gel pens and Copic markers and things like that, I'll have a link for you if you need it. As long as I can find one. Sometimes I can't always find a link, but if I can, I'll do it. Like if something's been discontinued or something that I'm using, sometimes it's hard. Cute, cute. Let's glitter his eyes. And let's put, I like to run a little bit around the mouth just to kind of sparkle it up. Just kind of to one side. Super cute. All right. Now you can cut him out exactly on the line, or you can leave a little white border around him. And I think I'm going to leave a little border. And there they are. So I'm going to put one of these guys aside for my tag and one for my card. Now let's go back to the card front. Now, in the Pinterest version I saw, they had the butterfly, I think it was a butterfly, flying in from this side of the page. I want mine to fly in from this side because of the way it's angled. So, the idea is to cut this paper and fold it back to reveal the honeycomb and look like the little bee is pulling it away. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to decide how far out I want to go. think if I fold it here and fold it here, I can put him on dimensional in front of it. So I'm going to cut in about maybe 2 inches. Let me get my trimmer over. I'm going to lay this, let's see, this piece is 4.5. No, it's 5.5. So I'm going to cut it at 2 3/4. That'll be the center. And I'm going to go up about, I'm just going to play with it and see what I end up with. That's going to be about 2 inches. Should be plenty. Okay. And then we're going to roll this back, but not crease it. So I'm going to do a roll as good as I can like this, but I'm not creasing it. Okay. I'm going to take my bone folder and put it in there and kind of help it. Might even could take the bone folder and just kind of run it right here. Yep, that looks good. That's kind of smoothing it out. Now this is a really thick cardstock I'm using, so it's really, really, really going to need some help. And if you're not using a really thick cardstock, especially if you're just using a paper, this probably wouldn't be hard at all. Isn't that going to be cute? Okay, let me get some brads. So I have 2 little white brads there. They're 2 little white button brads. And I'm going to do this one the same way. I'm going to kind of just work at it a bit. See if I can get my hand in there. And it's just kind of supposed to be revealing that honeycomb underneath. Now the only thing we want to make sure of is we keep our edges square, okay? Because we need that to seal down to the card. So I don't want to get into the edge. Okay, so let's see if we can peel that down and get it to lay. That's super cute. Now I'm going to get my pokey tool and put a hole through here. So leaving that corner where it needs to be, I'm going to poke this hole all the way through both pieces. If you're not comfortable holding this in the air and doing this, because I don't want you to poke your finger, go ahead and use like a mouse pad or something like that. Now I'm going to stick a brad through here and hold that in place. Don't worry about the back. This won't show. This will be glued down to your card front. So it's just folded back. That is cute like that. Okay, so now let's work this one into place. And I want it to be kind of even, but not perfect. Poke a hole. And the brads I'm using are little white buttons. I think they're super cute. Cute. So now that is buttoned open. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on the back of this, and I'm going to use my strong stuff for this because the way this is, I want it to lay down nice and flat on the parts that should be. So I'm going to use this good strong sticky tape. And there'll be a link to it below. It is really good stuff. You could use a liquid glue with this, but you'd probably, if you don't have one that dries really quick, you'd have to hold it in place for a while. And this way I won't have to do that. I'm just going to use my smaller one and run it around the edge. Okay, so this will get adhered to this. See how cute that is? It's like it's folded open and it reveals the other honeycomb. And then this guy is going to be here. I'm going to put her on dimension, looking like she is pulling it open. Now the other thing I want to do is use this little swirly stamp right here to look like she's flying away from it. And then we'll put her like that above it. So I'm going to get this little swirly stitched bee trail stamp out. Get that inked up good. And then which way do I want it to go? I like that little S shape. I'm going to put that S right on that crease. It's going to be hard to do since I've already done the fold, but it just has to touch just real gentle. Cute, cute. Now you could do that beforehand if you wanted to, if you didn't want to take a chance like I just did on that, because you know where that little slice is. But I haven't made this card before, so I'm having to feel around a little bit. Too cute. Let's put her on some dimension. And I'm going to put it on 2 thicknesses. This is a thinner dimensional tape, so I'm going to put it on 2 thicknesses of this. So just one down, peel off that backer, and add a second one, and that'll make her be a little taller. Now this card is obviously going to be a little thicker than most, so you probably just want to hand deliver this card. her right there. She's so cute. Okay, I'm going to trim this little bit of adhesive I have sticking off the side. Alright, let's adhere these two together so it'll start to make sense. Okay, so I got all the backer peeled off. And now I want to make sure I get my corners and my edges lined up really well, because this one is going to cover the whole front of the card. And anywhere where I have yellow showing, I'm just going to trim it off, because it's very rare that you get a perfect trim on your trimmer. So see right there, I can see that I've got some yellow showing, so I'm just going to trim that away. That is really cute. Okay, now let's put it onto our card base. So I'm going to score this one at 4 1/4. Just like that. I think I've showed you this before. If you want to get a really good fold, score it and keep it in your scoring board and then push it into those corners so it's nice and even. And you'll get a nice square fold that way. Now I'm going to stick this guy down, and this time I'm going to use wet glue because I got the heavy work done. I'm just going to use the wet glue so I can move it into place, because this is going to cover the whole front of the card. Just going to line those edges up, and that will become the front of our card. Too cute, guys. Look at that. I love that. I love the dimension too. All right, let's do the inside now. So I have this piece that's going to go on the inside of our card, but I got to decide what I'm going to stamp in there. It's for Mother's Day. Let's see. I kind of like You're the Bee's Knees. That's cute for a mom, right? Because they're always the bee's knees, I think. Let's use that one. You're the bee's knees, Mom. And I'm just going to stamp this just eyeballing kind of center top. Just like that. Cute, cute. And you know, we could even stamp the bee in there again if we wanted to. Let's do it for fun. Just kind of down here at the bottom. Maybe down here with a little bee trail. Let's do it. Little bee. Then let's do a little trail coming behind it. Super cute, super cute, super cute. Okay, so there's the inside. I'll use wet glue on it again. And this one I cut just a tiny bit smaller so I could have a little border on the inside. Very cute card. So that's our card. I love it. Let's make the tag and do our gift of the honey. Okay, this piece is 4 by 2 1/2. This piece is an 1/8 inch smaller than that, and this is 1/8 inch smaller than that to give us some step down so we can have a little bit of a border around each piece. And I'm just putting those little tag corners on each corner. On this one I'm going to do it at the top, not where I did the embossing. So I've got that little angle at the top. And now I'm going to put these two together straight down. No, I'm not going to put dimension on these. I'm just going to glue these straight down. Oh, do I want that to go up or down? I can't decide. I think I like this side better. I think. I'm not sure. We'll see. If it don't work out the next one I make, I won't do it that way. And it's going to have a tiny little black border. Not very much, and you probably won't see it much till I put it on that white tag. So there's that. But before I do anything else, I want to stamp it. And let's see. I want the bee kind of right here, and let's see what we want to stamp on it. So there's lots of different sentiments you can use, but I'm going to use the one that says just because. I'm going to put it right here in the bottom. Cute, just because, with the big B word in the middle. And now we'll put this guy on some dimension. Just like this. Pop him up on here with a nice little border all the way around. See how that shows now? The white and the yellow and the black all shows. That looks good. And then I'm going to put this guy on a little bit of dimensionals. he probably needs another one of those little bee trails. God, I'm using that stamp like crazy. Let's do that. Again, this is stuff you can do ahead of time since you've seen me put it together now. You don't have to do it in hindsight like I am. Let's have it come off the page a little bit. Good deal. Now let's put him down. Cute, cute, cute. Now we need a hole in that guy, so let me get my hole punch. And I'm going to use the larger one because I'm using a big ribbon. So this is the larger hole punch in the crocodile. So check that out. Now let's bring our honey over. Now I'm going to leave this tag. This says Best Buy. It's not the price. It says Best Buy that date. I'm going to leave that date tag on there because she'll need to know when it's Best Buy. And I'm going to get some ribbon off. Now this ribbon I can use either side. It has just the stitches or the polka dots. And I think I like just the stitches. I don't know. The polka dots are cute too though. Let me see which one I want to use. I think I'll use the polka dots. I think they're cute. So let me cut a piece of this away. And I'm going to tie this ribbon around the jar. And do a bow. So I got my bow tied around. See how cute that is? And now I'm going to take this little tag and some baker's twine, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a slip knot through the tag. So I just loop my baker's twine and send that through the hole we created in there. Then I'm going to grab it in the back and pull the loose ends through the loop, and that gives me a little slip knot, right? Then I'm going to take one end and stick it under the bow. So I'll pull that ribbon under the bow, bring this up to it, and then I'm going to tie this on like that and put another little bow at the top. So there you have it, our bee card and our honey gift. I think this is really cool. I think my mom's going to like this a lot. And I love this tag. It's so cute and it goes together really well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little idea for Mother's Day. I told you I'd bring you something, and so this came to mind this morning. I'll try to find that other one to link so you can see what that card looked like too. Hey, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.